Candle work and the truth behind a blackened veladora. Why does a veladora, a glass candle, turn black with soot? Understanding the blackening of a candle in the light of La Santísima Muerte. When performing candle work, especially under the sacred eyes of La Santísima Muerte, devotees often observe the burning patterns of the veladoras, their glass candles, for spiritual signs. One of the most concerning phenomena that can occur during this sacred work is when a candle turns slightly or even completely black with soot. While the sight of a darkened veladora may stir anxiety, we must approach it not with fear but with spiritual discernment and understanding rooted in divine truth. Let us begin with clarity. Candles rarely turn black due to defects. Most veladoras are mass-produced with consistent wicks and wax. While a poor quality candle may occasionally flicker or leave minimal soot, a fully blackened glass, especially during spiritual work, is almost always spiritually significant. To dismiss it as a purely physical or coincidental is to ignore a sacred sign, and to blindly fear it is to give power to darkness rather than to receive the lessons it offers. However, we must also begin this discussion with a strong warning. Not all spiritual workers act with integrity. There are some so-called practitioners who will intentionally tamper with your candle work, adding powders, oils, or dark residue to wax or glass to ensure that it blackens. They do this to exploit your fear, convincing you that you're cursed or spiritually endangered, and offering costly cleansings or unbindings in return. This is manipulation, not divinity. La Santa Muerte does not operate through deceit. She teaches hard truths, yes, but always with the aim of liberation, not control. If a practitioner tries to force fear into your heart with no path forward but their own expensive services, walk away. Their falsehood is not welcomed in the realm of La Santa Muerte. Now to the real meaning behind a blackened veladora. Interpreted through a sacred lens of La Santa Muerte, who does not lie, who does not flatter, and who does not tolerate falsehoods. Spiritual meanings of a blackened candle. Presence of spiritual blockages. A blackened candle often indicates the presence of spiritual obstacles. These may be energies surrounding you, such as envy, gossip, malice, or spiritual attacks, or they may come from within, doubts, anger, unresolved pain, or deep-rooted fears. Santa Muerte shows us that blackness does not scare us, but to reveal the spiritual debris that must be cleared for our path to be open. Breaking through darkness. Sometimes soot appears not because something is attacking you, but because the candle is working to break through heavy ancestral or environmental energy. Think of it as spiritual smoke rising from a battlefield. The soot is the residue of an unseen war. The death energy is burning through what has been stagnating in your space or spirit. If the candle still burns to completion, especially if the flame remains steady or remains straight midway, it may mean you are overcoming these trials. Warning of active spiritual opposition. In some cases, a fully blackened candle, especially one that struggles to burn or self-extinguish, can indicate spiritual warfare. Someone may be working against you, knowing or unknowingly, or you may have unwittingly walked into a space, relationship, or contract that pulls you away from your divine purpose. Santa Muerte will not hide this. She will show it plainly through soot, crackling, and disturbed flames, so you may take action. This is not to be frightened, but to alert you. You are not defenseless. You are a child of death, and you are capable of removing what does not serve. Personal resistance to divine change. Many of us pray for abundance, love, or clarity, but we resist the changes necessary to receive them. A blackened candle can be a sign that you are standing in your own way. Your beliefs, habits, or even your relationships may be clashing with what you're trying to manifest. Santa Muerte may be calling you to release what no longer aligns with you spiritually. The presence of a death energy in its transformative form. When working closely with La Santa Muerte, the soot is not always bad. In fact, it may simply be a sign of her intense presence. Death is a purifier, a transformer, a devourer of illusions. If you are calling upon her to change your life, heal your wounds, or cut ties to toxic influences, The soot may represent the shedding of spiritual skin. Something is being pulled from the depths of you, and it may not want to leave cleanly. Unkept promises or broken pacts. If you have made an oath to Santa Muerte and have not fulfilled it, whether by neglect, forgetfulness, or pride, she may be manifesting that displeasure through your candle. A blackened candle can be her way of asking, "Have you forgotten what you promised me?" She is patient, but she is not blind. If you make a commitment to her, honor it, or explain why you cannot. She respects honesty more than silence. In all these meanings, we see that a blackened candle is not to be feared, but to be respected. If it is not a sentence, it is a mirror, and like mirrors held up by la Santa Muerte, it reveals truth without apology. The candle does not curse you, it communicates with you. When a veladora turns black with soot under the sacred gaze of la Santa Muerte, it is a call to reflection and sacred action. It is not enough to simply observe and worry. We must respond with courage, clarity, and devotion. The candle has spoken, and now the Spirit must answer. La Santa Muerte does not offer empty signs. She does not stir smoke in vain. Every flicker, every soot mark, every whisper of the black ash has a meaning, a purpose, a spiritual message meant for you and your growth and your protection. But too often we ask for signs and ignore them when they're not wrapped in a light. A blackened candle is not a denial of your prayer. It is the beginning of your transformation. First thing to do is cleanse your spirituality. If your candle blackens, the first step is not fear, it is a cleansing. Before you can move forward, you must clear away what has been revealed. Whether it is energy sent against you, pain that you are holding, or even your own resistance to divine change. Cleansings is necessary. Methods of cleansing can be spiritual baths such as herbs or rue, rosemary, basil, white rose petals, and salt. Bathe with prayer, invoking the presence of God and a Santa Muerte to cleanse your aura and open your path. Say, "O holy death, wash me clean of what clings to me unseen. May your power purify me. May your silence bring me peace. I surrender all that blocks me to your sacred flame." Smudging and smoke work. Burn copal, frankincense, myrrh, or white sage, and pass the smoke over your body and altar. Speak aloud to la Santa Muerte. Clear away all that was not sent by God. Burn away confusion, envy, illness, fear, and darkness. Replace them with your divine protection and light. Use blessed waters or holy oils. Make the sign of the cross over your heart, head, and hands. You can even bless your candles before relighting. In the name of the Most High, I bless this flame. May only what is holy approach me. May this light guide me, and may all shadows flee. Second thing to do is examine the flame's behavior. Did the candle start strong and then grow black? Was the soot only at the bottom and cleared near the top? Did the flame flicker violently or remain steady? These are not small details. They are the language of fire. Here's how to interpret them. Black at the bottom, clear at the top, you are overcoming the obstacle. The divine energy is working through it. Progress is being made. Black throughout, there may still be unaddressed energies or actions that must be confronted. Consider deeper cleansings or seeking guidance. Flame flickering, strong spiritual presence, either divine or opposing. Watch closely. Flame struggling or dying, possible blockage, strong resistance, or a need for you to reconsider the intention of your prayer. Step 3, reflect on your spiritual intentions. Sometimes the problem is not outside of us. It is in the way we ask. Reflect. Are you praying from a place of trust or desperation? Are you asking la Santa Muerte to do something that goes against divine law or justice? Have you taken responsibility for your role in the situation? La Santa Muerte is a sacred servant of God. She cannot and will not honor prayers rooted in revenge, manipulation, or control unless they serve a righteous purpose. Black soot can be her way of saying, this prayer is not aligned with divine truth. When this happens, do not double down. Pray for wisdom instead. Fourth thing, realign with divine energy. Once you've cleansed and reflected, return to prayer. Pray with sincerity and truth. Ask not only for what you desire, but for what is right. Pray like this: Divine Creator, Lord of all light and source of eternal truth, guide me through this darkness. May your servant, La Santa Muerte, protect me from the unseen. And may I learn the lessons hidden in this sign. I surrender my pride, my fear, and my need for control. Lead me into clarity, protection, and purpose. Amen. And pray to La Santa Muerte like this: Mi Santísima Muerte, my mother of silence, my guardian in the shadows. Thank you for the showing me what others hide. I accept your truth. I welcome your protection. Burn away all falsehood. Cleanse my home. Clear my heart. Open the gates of my path and walk with me through the fire. I fear no evil, for your scythe cuts the cord of every lie. Final words of this message. A blackened candle is not a sign of doom. It is a message. Sometimes it is a warning. Sometimes it is a purge. Sometimes it is your own pain speaking through the flame. But always it is sacred. To follow the path of Santa Muerte is to walk with death as your protector, not your enemy. She will show you things others cannot bear to see. But if you are brave enough to listen, she will give you peace that no one can take. When your candle turns black, don't fear it, respect it, respond to it, cleanse yourself, pray deeply, listen more than you speak, and never forget you are a child of God and La Santa Muerte. You are not lost, you are awakening. If you have any problems with these kind of situations, you can always reach out to me. I do help in times of need. So if you feel like you're being spiritually attacked, or you have some kind of bindings or closed roads, inbox me.